It's funny, right? As a Chinese person, one thing about Chinese people, for the most part, is they can eat Chinese food 3 times a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and don't need any other food to eat or enjoy. And I get like that sometimes too. You know what I mean? And you cook fine dining, and you cook in the New York restaurant market, and you're on a level that is on a level of cooking that is one of the highest in the world, and you're surrounded by it all. Sometimes the simplest dishes mean the most to you.
Dumpling. Good. These are good. These are really good.
Let me put it this way. I come in and I crave my own dumplings. So that's very important to me. Crispy, juicy, flavorful, hot, all those things matter in a dumpling. I'm Chris Chung, and I'm the chef and owner of Eastwind Snack Shop. If you're a Chinese immigrant and you are working 15 hours a day, and you're not making that much money, and you're trying whatever you can do to put food on the table for your family, one of the true pleasures you get in life is a good meal. And so that's what I wanted to do here. And so we focused on dumplings, and the neighborhood really embraced us at that point. So I went on a journey to try to perfect the cooking of the dumpling. Okay, so let me introduce you to my two most valuable employees, and these are my dumpling makers. This is Jean and this is Connie. Say hello.
Hello. Hi.
And they've actually been working with me for many years, almost 10 years now. I went through every iteration of what I could try, almost to the point where I was throwing darts at a board and seeing what sticks. I cooked every dumpling in this place for 2 years. So the recipe for the skin is basically flour, water, a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of salt, and that's it. It's about the timing. It's about how much you mix it. Letting it rest a little bit always helps too. We roll each skin with the rolling pin by hand. The proper thickness or thinness, how you were. The amount of filling that goes into each dumpling, the pretty fold that we put on it. We make them that day and for that day only, and then when they sell out, they sell out. And they're like snipers. They're really precise in what they do. They do it really well. They do it really quick. I'm an American Chinese, born in Brooklyn, grew up on the streets of Chinatown. I was inspired when I saw this place by the old tea houses and coffee shops that I grew up in Chinatown, little restaurants that served the working class. And when I was growing up, they were all over Chinatown, and they're kind of a dying breed now. There are restaurants that are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, but not for much longer. And it's kind of the American dream. What you have is people that came over from China, open their businesses, try to put their kids through college, and they were very successful at that. And now they're getting old, right? And the kids don't want to take over a restaurant. They went to college. They're doctors and lawyers and accountants. And so there's nobody to hand those restaurants over to them. So they end, and the new guard takes over. And what you have now, really, it's happening right now today, is that changeover. And me having a restaurant like this is really important to bridge that connection. So it's a pork dumpling, and that's the one that we really centered upon as far as technically producing a really great dumpling. And I've had a lot of fun working with that particular dish. Our pork blend, that's secret. That's our, kind of thing that makes some of the magic happen. There is pork belly in there, right? I'll let you know that. We also have something that is more about the ingredients. So we source dry aged beef from Pat LaFrida, and we make a dry aged beef pot sticker. A lot of people are interested in that because it's something that's unique to our shop. When you're dealing with dry aged meat, it's like steak and a dumpling. Ooh, who doesn't like that? I can eat them all day long. Do I feel like there are people who cut corners on making dumplings or making food in general? Yeah, there's tons of people that do that. It depends on what you're going for and what you're looking for. If somebody comes to your counter and lays $20 and says, give me 100 dumplings, it's a different ballgame, Everything has its place. The beautiful thing about dumplings are that generally all dumplings are good. These were crusted on both sides, and these are also pretty crusted and gives that definite difference in texture between the soft and the juicy middle. Yeah, so you have some scallion. We put a little bit of root vegetable in there, and what happens, that creates the little tunnels, so when the juices flow, they don't all leak out. There you go. It's a 3-napkin dumpling.
A 3-napkin dumpling.
3-napkin dumpling. We're a small mom and pop shop that really is dedicated to cooking really good food. So whatever category that is, that's what that is. That's all I care about. That's the only label that I want for my restaurant. I'm really enjoying, cooking the food that I sought out to do. And in this new age of Chinese food, and this new age where everybody's interested in what Chinese food is about, makes it all that much rewarding for me. Yes, so my wife generally, periodically reminds me that this was all her idea, and she always she always demands full credit for it. So here you go, sweetheart, I love you. This was all yours, and where would I be without you? I'd be nowhere.